Hello and welcome to How to Hive Kaaz'Gfuu, also known as Queen's Gambit, or QG, maybe in like level 60 chat or something. I'm going to be playing my rogue. My rogue is not terribly good geared, but I do know how to roughly play Tactician, which is an okay cleave spec. I'm not going to run you through the trash on this. It's fairly straightforward. You can get the hang of it. And we are just going to dive in. So, going to jump straight in for the first boss. Now this boss, as you'll notice around the room, there are a lot of pinkish, purplish geysers sort of firing up. Now, after about, I believe it's about 7 seconds, give or take, those will erupt with a fiery magma shoot, which will damage the boss for 20% of his health. Considering his health is about 800k, that is about 180k-ish, give or take. My math also sucks. So basically, just beat him up, get him over the geysers. Another thing he'll do is shock blast and the big bubble. For the big bubble, run away. For the shock blast, you want to instantly strafe to the side of him, because it will zap everything in front of him pretty damn hard. So a couple of ticks of that and you are gone. So very easy boss to do. I probably got really lucky with the kiting there, so didn't really show too much detail. So also another thing to note about this instance is there will be a hidden treasure chest somewhere. Now, it's normally in the location that I am at the moment, which is just to the right of the room of the twins. Sometimes you go past this, it depends on which route you take. But basically, this time I get some dungeon marks and PAXB crystal, but you can actually get raid marks, so you know, keep a lookout for that. So just going into the second boss now, you know, getting warmed up on the old flamethrowers and stuff to min-max the DPS, etc. So you need to be in melee range of the melee one all the time. What he'll do, the melee one, is just repeatedly swipe you, whereas the range one will repeatedly just cast bolts at you. You can move out of the swipe. As you can see, there's a little sort of pizza slice on the ground that'll keep on sort of moving. So if you keep on doing that and just cleave them down, Tactician is probably the easiest spec. If you're a rogue, any spec with a cleave works. The only thing you need to be aware of is the caster one will cast something called Focus Shard, interrupts that, and Bob is your uncle. So as you see, a fairly easy kill. Any spec with a cleave works. Just get him down the same time. If one of them goes ahead of the other, then the other one becomes enraged for every 10%. So get them more than about 20% apart and they'll start pretty much hitting for half your health. And that is not good at all. Okay, so this is the final boss. And she is the most interesting encounter. There are various ways to sort of deal with this boss. It gets a bit different when you duo it because there are ads, but when you're soloing it there aren't any ads, so you're alright there, and the ads aren't really too much of a problem. So what she's going to do is she's basically just going to spam cast you, and she's going to teleport around a lot. As you can see, she just dropped a purple crystal. Now you have two ways of dealing with this. You can either stand in the healing aura and ensure you're topped off, and basically that crystal hits for about 15k damage. So if you have low health, then it's probably not a good idea to use that tactic. I'll tell you the second way to deal with a crystal in a second. But basically this sort of dragon to soul that you're with provides an aura that heals you for 800 a second. So standing in that basically means you can, you know, pretty much get a decent heal. So as you can see, the second way of dealing with a purple crystal is what I'm doing now, is line of sighting it. It does a big explosion, and you can use the pillar in the middle to line of sight it. It is a bit of a trek in terms of the amount you have to walk, because it is a fairly large and awkward pillar, but if you have any sort of run speed buff, then it's you know, best to line of sight it just to play it safe. I mean, you can pretty much do this boss in any spec. You've just got to move out of those crystals and be sure to line of sight the purple thing. You don't need a self heal for this, but it's very useful. If you don't have a self heal, stay near the dragon. He can heal you. Bob's your uncle, and you're sorted. As long as you have a good spec that you got from the forums and didn't make up, or got one of the preset builds like Fire Shaman YOLO Swag, then you will be fine in this instance. It's fairly easy. Well, I hope this guide has been of some use to somebody somewhere. That is one bomb-ass dragon model. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.